The government's really still concerned about water. That's their main priority. Bottled water has been taken in a large amount on these ships that have been going from New Zealand and Australia, but it's plastic bottles. So we're talking about sustainable production of clean water, especially in the outer islands. And then it's the mass clear up. The ash is still there. And then some growing food security concerns as a result of that.
It's stunning, really, that we're now more than a week since this happened. And as you say, we're just now getting almost getting a full picture of what's happened. Is that down to, the geographical location and remoteness of the islands?
Oh, yes, absolutely. There's 140 islands. They all need to be reached. And as you know, all comms was down. So we're only just up and running in terms of communication again, and it's probably still, in terms of bandwidth, about 10% of its earlier capacities.
We have seen some aid supplies arriving in the country. Where have they been coming from? So I think there's been quite a few countries.
Everywhere. There's great generosity from around the world. Mostly ships, but there's a few aircraft arriving too. The problem is that the airport is still not fully functional because of the ash, but military planes are landing. So the Australian Army and the New Zealand Air Force have been using that and delivering aid. Then we've got French support, British support. We've got China who've offered support and sent a couple of fishing vessels with aid. We've got the Americans, we've got the European Union, we've got Japan.
How could this incident impact the COVID situation there?
It's extremely dangerous for island communities. Tonga has done a fantastic job. They have very high vaccination coverage, and they haven't had any COVID yet. But you see the dangers. There's been, talk of the main ship that's arriving from Australia having sailors on it who were confirmed with COVID on the ship. So all of this aid now has to be delivered remotely, contactless. So we go there, we drop everything off in the wharf, in the port, and then the Tongan authorities will leave it there for a period of time for quarantine, and then they will come and pick it up when they know that it's safe.
How long do you think it will take Tonga, the country, to recover, but also the people of Tonga to recover from what's happened?
Well, I think those that are heavily affected, those who have been displaced and lost everything, that's going to take them a very long time. A couple of years, they need to rebuild their homes, their livelihoods. But I would say very intensive work for cleanup operation, getting tools and so on in the hands of people so that they can help themselves, as communities do, over the next 3 to 6 months is the most critical period.